Hello, Aquarius, my aqua babies. How are you? So, you're the first. You're always the first. You're the first for what I'm calling. I don't know if it's the first time I do it, the last time, or I'll do it again. But I want to call this Super Fun and Sexy Week. And I want to do that because it just feels like, the readings have been a little heavier with, blind spots, release and receive. And I thought it's time to have some fun. We need to have some fun. So I was called to, interesting, to pick up my David Bowie deck. And when I pick up the David Bowie, the Starman Tarot, it's fun and it's sexy and it's strange and it's unusual. So let's go there. It's almost like, having deeper spiritual messages, but it's fun and it's sexy. And then I've got my, my Tarot de la Nuit, the Tarot of the Night. Yeah, French. The French make everything sexy, man. I'm telling you. Every card in this deck is sexy. So, let's see. I'm just going to let the cards come out and see what the story is. Oh, this Starman deck is so hard to shuffle, though. It drives me crazy. Let's try again. I've been pre-shuffling. There we go. Do that one more time. Fun and sexy message for Aquarius. Okay, we'll take all the ones that are face up. What's we got here? We got the Two of Wands, the Prince of Pentacles, ooh, the Ace of Cups, and the Prince of Swords. All right, what I want to do now is get the other sex deck and put cards under it. Oh, geez, the bottom. This is where we're talking sexy, the Ace of Wands. It is a very hot and passionate Ace of Wands. There's like little sperms flying around there. It's very passionate, very passionate. So, your underlying energy so far is a lot of passion, a spark of life, I want to say, the spark of life with that Ace of Wands. It's like the alchemy of fire and air, really, because that's what I see there. Do you see that? It is. It's like there's no other fuel in that image except, like, you can just see the gas, the fire and the gas. And if there's gas, there's air, aqua, air. So fire, passion, it's like your energy is putting in and creating this passion, this desire. All right, you want to come out, you can go there. But there's a little bit of stuck energy. I've seen a little stuckiness, a little stuckiness. Temperance is at the bottom. See how sexy? The French make everything so sexy. Temperance. Calming that passion. I gotta say something that's really funny. I started this reading already once, and I didn't like the cards I was using. It just wasn't, no. It just didn't have that zing-zam zoom. This has got a little more zing-zang zoom. But it's funny because it's kind of the same message. It's really funny. It doesn't matter how I do it, the message is going to come out. All right, so the cards that came out here, the other ones is the Hanged Man or Woman. I think that's a woman. Yeah, it's a woman. But it's called the Hanged Man, which is funny. I think they would call it the Hanged Woman. Queen of Swords. The Moon, and the Sun. Focus, focus. So the Hanged Man sits under the Two of Wands, the Queen of Swords sits under the Prince of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. The Moon sits under the Ace of Cups, And the Sun sits under the Prince of Swords. And your two underlines are the Ace of Wands and Temperance. Wow, what I'm getting here. You are at some kind of crossroads. You can't move or you won't move. I gotta say, unless somebody has tied you down, you're making the choice not to move. So unless someone has tied you down, you're making the choice not to move on something here. And it almost feels doubly stuck because the Two of Wands with this Hanged Man goes into the Prince of Pentacles, which is a lot like the Knight of Pentacles. What is he projecting? He's projecting something from this radio. That's interesting. You see that? It's like a frequency coming through on a radio of a figure. You are projecting something. It's like you can't move or you won't move right now towards something. And while you're in that state, that's what this Queen of Swords is doing. You are projecting something in your mind. See, this Queen of Swords, it's the way she's sitting with her sword, how it glows with clarity, thinking, understanding the truth. It's glowing with truth. And you're trying to project it. Like through the air, through the ethereal, like through thoughts, through vision. Because you can't physically move. You're stuck. And then but the unknown territory, but see, that's Pisces energy here. The Ace of Cups comes after the Prince of Pentacles. And that is a lot of feeling and emotion just washing out, overflowing. And it sits under the moon. I think you're it's like you're stuck. You can't move to something or someone that you want to move to. So I feel like you weren't really doing anything for this situation at one point. And then I feel like you've moved with this, sitting on this horse that's not going anywhere, still not moving, but yet you're doing something with your mind, with this sort of radio frequency that's creating this image of a person. And the Queen of Swords sitting underneath, holding on to that sword, Aquarius. You're holding on to that sword. It's like you're literally, I feel like almost meditatively, like you are trying to communicate. You are either trying to communicate to someone or you are trying to manifest through your mind. You're trying to communicate. Well, you're definitely communicating, because if it's not communicating to someone, you are communicating to the universe. You're trying to get some sort of message out there. And with the moon and the Ace of Cups, I feel that then you shift this. You shift it to emotions. You're really going into an unknown territory here for yourself. It feels like the alchemy of mind and emotions is what it feels like. And trying to express it, it's kind of almost like trying to bend matter with your mind. I'm just getting that, like you're putting so much energy into this that it's explosive in you. I'm feeling like Temperance is coming in here to try to help you soothe it. It's like the savage beast within you. You know, it's like you picture a lion or a tiger is chained up to a big solid post and it can't move more than 5 feet in any direction. But 7 feet in front of it is this beautiful carcass and it's dripping with juice and blood and it just wants it, but it can't. So it's tried and it's tried and it knows that it can't move. And then it just gets to a point where the tiger just sits there and all it can smell is this. Like its whole being is smelling this and wanting it. To the point where the tiger is almost with its mind trying to somehow cause this carcass to come closer. Because the Prince of Pentacles with the Sun. Oh, yeah, okay. This is so interesting. Just literally when you feel like you're at your breaking point, when you feel like you've pushed the boundaries of time and space, you hit your wish fulfillment. I mean, this guy's been through it. Look at the scars and the blood and the injuries and the wounds. But he's stood up and he's done something that's beyond what someone would typically do in society. Yeah, like he's got no rules scratched into his abdomen here. And, you know, the scratches. It's funny because there was some, when I said that I sort of started this reading first, but I didn't have the right cards. It was missing this. There was some sort of sacrifice, some sort of self-sacrifice, and I'm getting that in this because I feel like if you really wanted to, you could go. You could move towards what this is on a physical sense. But perhaps it's as if, you see, because your outcome here, underneath the sacrifice is the sun, which is wish fulfillment. It's finally having clarity. It's finally being able to move forward and to see the warmth, the light of day. It feels like, to me, I'm sensing that if you feel that if you would move now to whatever this is, it wouldn't be the right timing. It would cause it to not become the sun, because the sun is really like an ultimate goal here in the tarot. It's happiness, like it's what you wish for coming true. So this is kind of telling us that you're on the right track because the sun is showing up here. And temperance is this water that seems to want to come in because you are engaging so much fire and air that it's almost explosive. It's almost explosive, this fire and air within you, that you need to, this balance here with temperance. Funny, such an interesting depiction for Sagittarian energy, being a fire sign, is this water. But I always, being an Aries, I can say it. I think that Sagittarius is the most gentle of the fire signs. It's the most gentle of the fire signs. And it is balancing. It's if, coming to a realization that emotion and feeling is what can come in to balance the fire and the passion. Because mixing the air and the fire creates like explosive energy. Yeah, and look at all the red in the background of that fire. And then she's holding this sword is glowing blue. Blue could be air, absolutely. And I think it's part of it is trying to cool yourself too with your own natural energy. But the key here is the water, because the cups and the moon are coming together, and the moon is Pisces, water energy. So this Ace of Cups, this is you allowing your feelings and your emotions to overflow. And not necessarily with someone or towards someone, but just for yourself, even just during your own privacy of your home. If this, it could be a job. It could be a job. It could be something you want to do. It feels an awful like maybe it's someone you want to move towards, because there's so much passion and desire here. There's so much. I'm feeling like if you have so much emotion and feeling here, but you're not, you feel like, well, I need to express that at the time or to this person, but you can't. Just express it. Write it out. Just yell it, verse it, poem it, whatever. Even just for you to release it, this water needs to be released to calm this fire and air here. right? This water, you need to release it because it's soothing. It's a very different energetic level. Because you're close. You're so close. I kind of feel like you're sitting here. You're sitting here with this projection. Working through air, working through mind and thought. You know, pentacles are about physical things in our world. But this one is unusual, the way it is projecting that frequency into the air to make it real, like you're really trying to make something real here. The next step for you, it seems like, is this emotional release. Because even after the emotional release, like you're still pretty intense. This is pretty intense. Prince of Swords. It's like the Knight of Swords. It's pretty darn intense. And it's going to get you wish fulfillment. So could you imagine how intense this would be if you didn't bring that water, that cup of water, that cup of emotion and feeling in to soothe and calm you right now? All the things that you want to say, that you want to express on an emotional and feeling level, to do it. Even just to do it to yourself. Do it in a room where you're alone and just say everything that you want to say. Like, let it come out. Because this water could even be what is, you know, if you add dampness to like a pile of manure. Like if a manure pile is warm and damp enough, it will combust, right? It'll just right into flame. It's like the water is sitting in there and you almost need to release it somehow. There's too much moisture in your air. Yeah, see, this is what I was looking for. The other decks were not doing it. When in doubt, David Bowie will spice it up for you. So let's clarify. Let's clarify the Two of Wands because, well, no, actually, I'm not going to. Because I think you're past that energy. I'm feeling very much like you're at this Prince of Pentacles, Queen of Swords energy and about to move into the Ace of Cups, which says you're more than halfway to where you need to be, to where your success is. Moving into that Ace of Cups is more than halfway. Once you enter it, you're kind of at the halfway point. You're about to enter this Ace of Cups. So the Prince of Pentacles, do you need to know why you're in the Prince of Pentacles? You are moving yourself into that better place. Don't lose hope. You are moving yourself there. It may not feel like it. It may feel like you're doing so much with your mind right now, but you don't see a physical reward. So much going on with your mind, but you're not, and your passion here, your desires, but you're not seeing the physical outcome of this yet. And it's causing this combustible, very combustible energy. So the Ace of Cups, I don't usually shuffle it that way. So Ace of Cups. Oh, interesting. All the energy's going in one direction here. The Ace of Cups. If I laid these cards down, these cards are moving towards the Prince of Swords on the table. The Eight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Moving towards, picking something up here. Communication, you're moving with the cup. You're preparing yourself while sitting in this state of emotional energy, this feelings and emotions and perhaps love, feelings of love. Because now you have the Knight of Cups sitting with this Ace of Cups. The Eight of Wands is wanting to move, wanting to communicate. And the Seven of Swords, I feel a little bit like coming in with your tail tucked between your legs with the Seven of Swords. Because you haven't been able to move and now you are. So it may have seemed like you you had pulled away from a situation or a person or something, but yet you've put so much into it on a mental level. You're taking what's left of your swords with you, of your truth, and just heading in this direction. And it is fueled by Wands and Cups, the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So it is fueled by passion, desire, feelings, emotions, and love. And that is your truth. You hold that. You hold those swords in your arms, and you are moving away from the past towards what this new truth is. And this new truth to you is based on passion, desire, emotions, love, feelings, right? Prince of Swords. What can you know when you get there? Because this guy looks really worn out. It's just like, but you know, I say that and yet he doesn't. He looks really thin, but he's still very muscular and sinewy. He's dropped the sword. Oh wow, what the hell's going on in the background? It's like Jesus being beamed down. So fascinating. Oh my gosh, check that out. So I'm just looking here, I'm looking like, wow, no, he's dropped the sword. But look at the background. Just in front of his face there, it's like a Jesus coming down. Dropping the sword, releasing yourself, ooh, I want to say to what you feel might be your destiny. Releasing yourself to your course, to your own universal guidance. And you've taken a beating to get there. Really taken a beating to get there, baby. But, you know, standing strong. The guy's still pretty strong for everything that he's been through. It may have even felt to some of you like being crucified, because he has the nail holes in his palms, in his hands, and Jesus is behind him. So I want to say that this is something that you are standing up for. You will stand up for this. God help you. I just feel that, like, God help me. I am standing up for this when I can finally stand up for this. I can finally move to this. I can finally express to this, because it has been so hard. Oh dear. Yeah, it's really hard, but you know, look what's at the bottom, the sun. It's beautiful. You'll have lots of time to lick those wounds. I'm sorry for to say that. It just came out wrong. It came out wrong in my head. I'm certain. Okay, so the Prince of Swords. Right, there's even like a bomb. What are the numbers on the bomb there? Oh, there's like 6 seconds, 5 seconds left on the bomb. Wow. Almost as if, you know, that's when the sword is dropped. There's 5 seconds before the bomb detonates. That's when the sword is dropped and the release here. Perhaps wherever or whatever or whoever you're trying to move towards, you would like to move towards but can't right now. Others are telling you don't do it, you're crazy, you shouldn't do this, or it's not good for you, it's not what the world expects of you, or whatever. Because that's kind of what the Prince of Swords is. This is not, this dudette, whatever energy you want to put in here, is holding very strong and true to what they know is for them. Because no one else can know what is for you. Nobody's living your life, right? Like, nobody can. And then, just at the last minute, when perhaps others think that you have lost this battle, or that's it, it's over, you've lost your chance or whatever it is, no. You drop the sword and the sword is going to hit that bomb, and it's going to hit the red button and it's not going to go off. That's how I see it, yeah. So, this is funny. Like, these cards are similar to those other cards when I started this reading, and I didn't have any pizzazz. I was like, we need pizzazz. I love it. This is like the story that you were going to get, but it's got pizzazz. It's got pizzazz, baby. Okay, now let me see. I don't know what order these came out in. I don't think it matters. All I know is the Ten of Cups is at the end. Two of Swords. It's a little bit like the Two of Wands. It's indecision. It's trying to decide where to go. The Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Look at all of this shit behind the Ten of Cups. That's a lot of heavy crap sitting behind a Ten of Cups. That's heavy. That's hard. Aw, no wonder. Like, you've taken shots, man. You've taken shots. You've got arrows sticking out of you. I feel like this hurts on an emotional level, on a mental level, and almost even physically. But the Ten of Cups is there, right? The Ten of Cups and the Sun are at the end, Aquarius. The Ten of Cups and the Sun are at the end. Okay, let's get the Sun. Let's clarify the Sun. Clarify the Sun. Oh my gosh. Oh, you can do it. You can do it, man. It's so worth it. It's worth it. Wow, you're getting double queens here. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe you're one of these queens. The Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. That's your Sun. There you go. Ooh, baby. Wow, so you have. This is like, I can see. You can see why you're fighting for this, why you're going through whatever you're going through, because you see it. You know it. You know this is your Ten of Cups. You know this is your Sun. You know this is your Ten of Pentacles, which basically means this is, well, if you could draw a picture, paint a picture, write a little book, a little story. This is you finding your absolute happiness. This is real happiness. This is real stability. This is, you know, that beautiful little home, whatever you would like it to be, filled with whatever you would like it to be filled with on a physical sense, whether it's a spouse, it's kids, it's puppies or kittens or horses, whatever it is that you want to fill within it. And it's happiness. Like, it's just happy. You're not working to create happiness. It just is. It's just like, oh, this is great. You wake up every day and I feel really good. I'm really happy. I love it here. Everything is good. It's perfect. And it's your Two of Cups. Like, it's someone else who probably has the same vision as you, who sees the same thing. Yeah, well, otherwise, how are you waking up and being really happy all the time if you're waking up beside someone who looks at you and goes, oh, it's you again. It's not very happy. You want them to wake up and go, oh, hi, how are you? Did you have a good sleep? Okay. See, that's what you want. And the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles here, it feels like you bring into this situation, you know, your Aquarian energy, your mind, your intuition, your thoughts, your clarity, I'm getting spontaneity too. And this Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, very nurturing. So perhaps you know, it's very natural for you to be in a state of the mind and to be thinking and planning and working out all the time. And yet this energy that you try to move, that you are trying to move towards, is very, very nurturing and loving and caring. So if you find yourself in positions of stress, this is like your comfort. It's the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Sun. It's pretty... are there any good cards left that we didn't pull out for that ending? Like, it's pretty darn good. I don't know if there's okay, I'm gonna clarify just for me, because I'm a nosy, and it's payback. I'm doing the reading for you. Can I just find out what it's all about? It's very pelvic. It looks like, I don't know, like, what would you describe this? It kind of looks like a cross, unless, I don't think that's an actual bone, the body. To me, it looks like the combining of the pelvic bone and the spinal column somehow, and a leg bone and like a femur. And there's all this combustible fire and energy and little spermies around it. Oh my gosh, I never noticed that before. There's a little alien dude in the part that I would describe as the pelvis. And it's not like as wide as a pelvis, but it's kind of shaped. Oh, here, here. Do you see the little alien dude? Do you see that? Am I close enough? Am I too close? But yeah, so that's what that is. I want to clarify this card for you. It's yeah, it's hot and spicy. It's hot and, that's what I wanted. Let's do some hot and spicy this week. That's what we'll call this week, hot and spicy. Okay, Ace of Wands. Aquarius is Ace of Wands. Well, it's a portal of love. It's a Chariot card. There is so much movement. There will be so much movement. Oh, come on. You know, my shoulder gets sore. These cards up. So it's the Chariot. Like, there's a lot of love movement here. Feels very destined. But yeah, the Chariot's being held back. It's very combustible. You're on fire. Like, I think you're holding your cool. Maybe most people don't see you like in this state. It's kind of like this is what you look like inside at this point, even, or you're about to. But it's worth it. I mean, you're going towards something amazing here that's taking you away from the Two of Swords, which is not being able to really make a choice or a decision. How am I going to do this? And it's breaking my heart. And I'm pulling myself away from this. And I don't want to pull myself away from this. To the Ten of Cups. Nice. Thanks, Aquarius. I'm glad we went with spicy. Did you like that? Hot and spicy. I call that. People think it's like a menu. Awakening to Spirit's menu for this week is hot and spicy. Oh, why not? There's no hot and spicy anyways. Where are you going to go? Who are you going to see? What are you going to do? Yeah. All right. Oh, I just found out that they're going to do the farmer's market this year close to my house. I could walk to it. I was telling my son that. I said, isn't that exciting? And he said, oh, but there'll be people there, Mom. You get too close to them. I said, well, it'll be like the grocery store. They're probably, you know, you go this way and then you go that way and you have to keep your distance. But yeah, you can't get too close to anybody. So there you go. You might as well have hot and spicy in your mind, right? You got the right idea. One day you can make it physical. All right, Aquarius, until next time, guys, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.